Hello, beautiful humans. I hope you're all doing well today. So, I have been enjoying a nice rainy day and also have felt like giving a message all day but keep getting distracted with house projects. So, I wanted to check in with what the overall themes were happening for the feminine and the masculine collective, both within us and externally. And you started with the inner child cards. And first off, here we have the Seven of Crystals, the Seven of Pentacles. So the energy I get here is just a lot of like really conscious, deliberate prayer and intention, really kind of moving with the seasons. You know, we're in the energy of fall for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, and moving into the energies of the winter. And what I see happening with that is quite beautiful because there is a lot of release going on, a lot of letting go, a lot of an intentional letting go, and really kind of like aligning with like our true path and true light inside of us. So I asked how this is, and also for the feminine as it relates to union specifically, we have the Three of Wands, which to me signifies a lot of like coming together in community, really being with your own musings, coming back to your artist self. For this card, for me, it always reminds me of flower essences. It reminds me of just like the three muses. It reminds me of really being present with the artistic play within. So these two cards together just feel like really harmonizing with your own internal dance. Now, I asked how this is showing up, and it's showing up as action, as movement with the Chariot. I feel like the feminine collective has been doing a lot of work of really, or maybe those even just watching these videos, of kind of really being present with the forces that are inside of us, you know, and really being balanced within that yin and yang. I know for myself, I've been reading books about, or rereading books about, the polarities of the masculine and feminine, and what is sacred to the feminine, what is sacred to the masculine, and really kind of checking myself within each category to say, hey, am I holding this in integrity? Am I moving forward with purpose and intention? Okay, so for this other side here, what we have going on, maybe for the masculine, or maybe just the beloved who's not watching this video, or that you're seeking guidance about. So we got the Six of Hearts, so Six of Cups, and we also got the Ten of Cups. Now, what this says to me is there's a lot of deep work going on as it relates to emotional healing, as it relates to holding more integrity, of holding a wider perspective, of really connecting with the soul and source dreams. To me, this feels like, while it's obviously a team of feminine mermaids, it relates both to the feminine healing that has been going on. I think that there has been a lot of the women conjoining forces of the feminine and saying, hey, actually, we're not going to participate in these dynamics anymore, and we're going to lift each other up, and we're not going to like wallow in sorrows. We're really going to stay connected to our highest truth, and we're going to help each other stay in integrity with that. Now, this relating to the masculine too, I've also been talking with masculines, and they talk about how they're holding each other accountable for not stringing women along or whatever, you know, in all the layers and forms that it is. Now, so a lot of those conversations weren't related specifically to sacred union, but, you know, as above, so below. So even some of the themes that we notice that might not be people on the sacred union path, they're still aligning and connecting with these in these ways. So this Ten of Hearts here, we love a good Ten of Cups energy, really, and I love the mermaids both because it feels like this is the integrated self. This is like taking all that teamwork, all that group healing, all of that, and really kind of holding this true respect and love. It looks like she's also on the back of like a massive turtle representing Mother Earth, representing integrity, of stillness, of really being with that inner part. So how this shows up in the physical is Seven of Wands energy. So what I get with that is that, you know, really, again, doing that deeper inner work. And I think that there's been trouble sometimes identifying that the other party is doing the work, especially if there is silence or there's been like hard behavior. But it's really kind of trusting this process that it is exactly as it needs to be. And what I like about when I look at these cards, they're, he's looking out towards her, and she's looking out towards him. So it's like almost like the feminine action is also like connecting with this wisdom here, with the internal thing. Now, I asked how this is showing up for the two as they interact and dance in the physical, and I got 8 of Pentacles. So this shows me that it's really a time of like intentional study, of intentional purpose. There are some cycles going on with the moon, but they are, I really get to me it feels like the beginning of a new cycle, is the real work. Now, for the shared energy for the two, I got the Four of Cups, Four of Hearts. And again, this is still some broken-hearted energy. It's kind of cleaning up where it is that we have left ourselves in the past, where we have, still committed to these like internal shipwrecks that are happening and unfolding. And I said, okay, well, so where is this taking us? Where is it going? And we got the 8 of Wands. So this is a card of action. This is a card of movement. This is a card of messages coming through. And we also got the Ace of Pentacles, which signifies new beginnings. So these two coming out together felt very significant. There might be apologies coming forth. There might be integrated conversations, talking about some of these bigger things that we've all moved through and shifted through in these times of really bringing on new consciousness and awareness. Okay, lastly, I was like, all right, but really, like, where are we going with all of this? And I felt like I wanted more cards. And what's interesting is a lot of these cards also popped up with another reader that I was watching. And so it's always very curious when it all comes together. And what I really felt when these 3 cards popped out together is just like, it's this integrative medicine, right? I think in the other reading I read, she got both of these cards together. She's like, all right, this is like the highest potential coming down and like seeding and starting to grow into action. And I really love that. And I think that that's also, there's conversations around this happening. Now, seeing these 2 cards together, the feeling that I get is actually that the feminine, or that there's going to be a more reserved perspective as this romance comes in. And this card also came out. I'm just going to tag the other reading because there's so much similarities in it. But what I see with this is I feel like as one partner comes forward and starts to romance or bring these messages, these divine, being more in balance and in harmony, stepping forward with integrity to romance, there's going to be a very clear discerning of boundaries, of being clear, of really saying, okay, is it actually going to be different this time? Because I'm ready to enact a higher, truer path. All right. But it feels like both parties are really connected to this higher wisdom. And, anytime the priestess comes forward, the high priestess comes forward, or the magician, it really, to me, signifies that there is an aspect of intentionality coming forward in the work. There's an aspect of presence, of being aligned with spirit as you take action to manifest. So, yeah, that feels like some good energies kind of moving forward. I feel like I'm taking this reading more in alignment with myself than maybe seeing it externally. But I think in that piece is, how are we really holding ourselves to what we are cultivating forward? Now, I haven't watched any energy updates of what's going to happen in 2026, but to me, this 2026 feels like it's going to be a lot lighter. Like, it really feels like we've been in this year of the snake, and we've been transmuting all of this stuff, shedding old skins, and we're going to move into whatever's next, which I don't even know what the next Chinese zodiac energy is, but I feel a really strong burst that it's going to be lighter. It's going to be more fun. We're going to see a lot of our things coming into more fruition, more collaborations, just more presence in being together. in a higher level. I think we're moving more and more into our higher levels of consciousness, our higher heart levels. So hopefully this resonates. Hopefully you're feeling better, even if you're still shifting and moving a lot of pieces. And feel free to like this video, comment, reach out, email. Many blessings. Aho.